Arms control initiatives and negotiations between NATO and Russia. Arms control is a critical issue that affects not only the security of nations but also the stability of the global political system. The ongoing tensions between NATO and Russia related to arms control, particularly in relation to nuclear weapons, have been simmering for several years. Despite both sides agreeing to arms control negotiations, progress towards establishing robust treaties is slow. The United States and Russia have held several rounds of arms control negotiations in the past. However, due to a lack of progress in these talks, NATO has taken an increasingly active role in the negotiations. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic and its related disruptions, the recent meeting between NATO and Russian officials in Geneva in June 2021 provides a renewed sense of hope that they can achieve significant progress on arms control. One of the primary objectives of the negotiations is to reduce the chances of accidents and misunderstandings that may arise due to misunderstandings or incorrect assumptions. The talks aim to establish a transparent and open dialogue on arms control, which should help to minimize the potential for miscalculation in any military confrontation. Another objective of the negotiations is to work towards the reduction of nuclear weapons and to explore the possibilities of arms control in the cyber domain. One of the significant stumbling blocks has been the New START, Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty agreement, which was ratified by both the United States and Russia in February 2011. The New START treaty places limits on the number of deployed nuclear warheads and sets a new limit on the number of strategic nuclear delivery vehicles. The treaty is set to expire in February 2021, which has led to concerns that this agreement could suffer the same fate as past disarmament treaties, which have collapsed in the absence of a new agreement. Part of the problem is that while negotiations between NATO and Russia have taken place, what is required is a more comprehensive approach that encourages all nuclear nations to participate in disarmament. Pressure from civil society and the UN is also required to exert pressure on all nations involved in the arms race. While NATO and Russia continue to negotiate, it is essential to ensure that the other nuclear states remain committed to disarmament treaties, or new arms control crises could emerge. It is also essential to keep communication channels open between NATO and Russia, regardless of the ongoing political tensions and difficulties in relations between both parties. The dialogue should not only relate to arms control issues but also include the military-to-military dialogue between the two sides to reduce tensions and increase transparency. This is critical due to the elevated risk of cyber attacks and military accidents, which could quickly escalate outside of the control of either party. In conclusion, the increasing political tensions between NATO and Russia signify the need for robust arms control solutions to avert any unintended crises related to nuclear weapons and increasing cyber threats. It is crucial that all nations involved in the arms race recognize the importance of disarmament and understand the gravity of the issue. It is clear that the negotiations between NATO and Russia must be more comprehensive and involve the global community to achieve disarmament. While the negotiations might be slow, preventing the next arms race crisis might largely depend on the outcome of the negotiations and future disarmament efforts.